Yeah, good evening, brothers and sisters. This is Ogele TV, Ogele Talk Show, all the way from Norway at about 8:46 p.m. in the evening time. God bless every one of you as you come to my live video today. Whatever time you come across my video, always like and share. God bless you as you like my video and share my video. God will bless you. Like and share. We have a lot of things to discuss today, my brothers and sisters. A lot that is going on in Nigeria. All is not well at all. All is not well at all. We don't know what is going on in our country again. We don't really know what is going on. I'm expecting two guests to join me today. Before they come on board, let me go ahead and share my video. Like and share. Good evening, brothers and sisters. Whichever time you come across my video, always like and share. Like it and share it. Like the video and share the video. Like the video and share the video. Like the video and share the video. Don't hesitate to do that. Don't hesitate to like my video and share my video. Let me show it to all my fans all over the world. And I'm on live on YouTube. Like the video and share the video. Yeah, I'm live already. I'm live already. Yeah, you can come here, no problem. Yeah. It sounded well. Already, Chris. Umami. Okay, let me send it again now, man. Yeah, like the video and share the video. Like the video and share the video. Like and share, like and share. Let me share the video first before we go ahead. We have a lot to talk about today. A lot. What is happening in Nigeria today is pathetic. It's not standing well at all. Nigerians are being slaughtered on daily basis. And we have a president that call himself Jagaban, that call himself Otokinadu, but he has nothing to offer. Good evening, my brother. God bless you. Like the video and share the video. I beg, make una return up the video and I beg. Don't hesitate to super chat me. Nothing is too big, nothing is too small. Always support my brokers, please. Yeah, my guest is here now. Yeah, Mr. Chris, you are welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just give me 2 minutes. Let me share the video. You can still help me to share it to that platform there from your side. Just help me to share.
I will. The order of my line, when you share to the order of my line, it's easy for me to share across board over there.
Okay,
this line is just
Yeah, we share it
Yeah,
now. We
check
share it.
that out. Yeah.
So how was your day?
Well, thank God everything went well by the grace of God.
Yeah. I've shared it there already.
Okay, no problem. I will do that.
So my brother is really pathetic with what is happening in the country. So I'm coming. Let me just share it. At least just give me some few seconds. I will round up with my sharing and so that we'll go ahead.
I'm with you.
Because the way the country is going, my brother, if we keep up, if we fold our hands, if care is not taken, we will never have a country called Nigeria again. The way these guys
sometimes, in my personal view, sometimes I blame the United States of America fighting in Iran. The atrocity that is being perpetrated and committed by the leadership of Nigeria is not being committed by the Iranian leaders. So I begin to ask myself as a person, as a concerned citizen of Nigeria, why will the United States of America keep on fighting in the Middle East, Iran? There's a lot of problems they are supposed to fight here in Africa, Nigeria. Nigeria is one of the most corrupt countries in the world.
No, my brother, on that, Nigeria does not welcome America, but America is trying to help. But we are talking about sovereignty, talking about useless oil. The useless Nigeria, we are crying about useless oil that have not changed their life, oil that is made for the elites. The docile Nigeria, they were talking about Nigeria. What kind of sovereignty is that? A sovereignty that cannot protect themselves. A sovereignty that they cannot defend their citizens. You are telling me Nigeria has its own sovereignty. So America was trying to come ahead, but America is still on ground. They are trying to do some investigation. You know, Nigerian, we want to eat alone. That's the problem. The greedy politicians don't want anybody to come there and do anything on that land because they like slaughtering Nigerians. They know what they are doing. More the killings, more the buying, more money come to the state. Are they not giving them? Are they not giving them this in a security vote every month? That is a scam. What are they doing with the money? What are they doing with the money? Shameless people.
You see, on the issue of the problem of insecurity in Nigeria, I think the United States of America have a lot of problem at hand. When you weigh the crisis in the Middle East and the problem in Nigeria, I think that of Nigeria is a non-issue to the United States and the world at large. Now, you should know the strategic position of the Iranian landmass or geographical position of the Iranians. You know, it's a strategic business environment for the global world, you know, for the global economy. So what is happening in Nigeria strictly affects Nigerians. So what is happening in Iran today, the crisis in Iran affects the whole of the Middle East and the entire world. Almost about 20% of the crude oil has flight through the Strait of Hormuz. It's a problem. It's even affecting Nigeria, affecting the entire world. So when there's a problem in Nigeria, I don't think part of the world are even aware that there's a problem in Nigeria. So the issue of Nigeria is a non-issue. America and the Western country, they have a more tension. There are more problems to handle in the Middle East than what is happening here in Nigeria. So the situation of Nigeria could be seen as politics. It's politics. You know, the leadership, they are aware of what is going on. So they are giving a kind of a nonchalant attitude, a wake-up call to the situation that is happening in Nigeria. So I think maybe when America is done with Iran, one day say Nigeria, it is your turn. And you see, the United States don't need to beg Nigeria. When they are coming, they can come forcefully. Did they beg Iranian before they went to the country? No, they didn't beg. They just went there on their own. What you are doing against humanity. So we need to correct. You can't become a threat to the global economy. So we must stop you, either by hook or by hook. And that is what exactly they are doing over there.
Yeah, there's some video we are going to play here today, Mr. Chris, because the situation we are facing in that country is pathetic now, because nothing is working in Nigeria. If people are saying something, things are working. For me, nothing is working. I've been there, so I know what is going on there. So you'll be ashamed. Sometimes you'll be ashamed to call yourself a Nigerian. Yes, it's just the fact. You will be ashamed to call yourself a Nigerian. Because why? The leaders today, they have no shame. They are not at all ashamed. All what they want to loot money. They want to loot money. Look at how they slaughter people in Just. They slaughter human beings as if they are not human. And the same Jagaban said is coming back again. When you are afraid the entire nation.
You see, the issue of insecurity in Nigeria, I think the government is aware of the problem. And the government on their own have deliberately ignored the ordinary man on the street. You see, Tinubu came to power. Tinubu wasn't talking about his first term in the office. Tinubu was just talking about his second term agenda, how he comes back to power. You see, I don't see Tinubu as a problem of Nigeria. We Nigerians have the problem of this country today. Yes, I must say we are the problem of this country today. Ordinarily, with the issue of insecurity in this country, the power outage in this country, and the rate of inflation in this country today, one would have expected that people would not go to any state and campaign. Nigerians will just quietly tell him, with our PVC, he will come back as President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But the problem we have, they have considered impoverishing the people. They have considered impoverishing the people. They don't care what happened. Now, the man who probably have not been able to maybe 100,000 for the remaining days of the last year, and suddenly somebody will assure at the end of every month, I pay you 200,000. The man will commit suicide for Tinubu. Yes, he's going to commit suicide for Tinubu. Just with our PVC. Now, let me just tell you the problem we are having now. We don't have light, and that is a self-powered means to get this information across board now. We don't have light, there is no security, cost of living is on the increase, and government is not in any way trying to provide any solution. What we are hearing, we are top of the situation. We are top of the situation. Now, when it comes with electricity, it costs you 10 naira or 5 naira to cut your hair. Now, the man no longer have, like the man now went above generator, they want to cut your hair. The man will tell you 1,000 naira. The cost of the water is between the generator and the gasoline he bought. The incremental cost of the law will fall to the consumer. The government is not interested because the government of Nigeria is busy subsidizing the life of those in the government. Just ordinary commissioner of the state. I am telling you, the government pay their children, they pay their wives, they have access to accept the contract, they have access to them. So the ordinary man on the street who is not privileged, who don't have access.
Yeah, Mr. Chris, Mr. Chris, let's go ahead and watch this video. What happened in Plateau State before anything?
Okay.
Let's go ahead.
Okay.
Joining us now with stories trending around the world is Vimbai Muchihiri Ekpenyong. Good morning, Vimbai.
Good morning, Dr. Abati. Good morning, Ayo. Good morning, Vimbai. A happy new week and a blessed holy week to those of you who observe. We've got so much going on. It was a political weekend, and you all have been unpacking it in great detail from top to tail. So we're going to get into that. But before we do that, a huge story that is developing. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to What's Trending. We kick off with the news that 40 people are now feared dead after Palm Sunday turned bloody in Gariawaye community of Angwan Rukuba in Jos, Plateau State, last night after an attack by gunmen. The gunmen are said to have opened fire at 7:50 p.m. last night, with security personnel, including the army, arriving on the scene at 8:45 p.m. The Plateau State government has enforced a 48-hour curfew as the situation in the community is calm but is tense. This comes as the Defense Headquarters reacted to backlash that followed the Chief of Defense Staff's lecture that endorsed the reintegration of former terrorists into society. The response from DHQ concerning the statement around the lecture by the Chief of Defense Staff, not connected to this incident, Thank you very much. This statement reads, second, the comments by the CDS were made within the context of a professional military doctrine lecture, emphasizing the importance of multidimensional conflict resolution. His remarks highlighted global best practices where rehabilitation complements battlefield successes and not replaces them. Any attempt to frame these remarks as sympathy for terrorists is a gross misinterpretation. Well, that was part of the statement. You'll remember last week we had spoken.
Yeah, Chris, before you go on, 40 people on Palm Sunday were unalive in Plateau State, a country where we have president. We have chief of defense staff. Do you know what the man said before that day? He said, even Boko Haram, we are ready to receive them, rehabilitate them into the society. They are prodigal sons. They will be accepted if they lay their arms down. My brother, you see, I'm ashamed to call myself in Nigeria. These are terrorists that a chief of defense staff is not saying they are prodigal sons. They can rehabilitate them into the society. These are people who have vowed that they are ready to destroy everybody in that country. They are ready to cause mayhem in that country. The chief of defense staff is supposed to be sacked immediately. Because of the shameless president we are having, he keep quiet. Because the man does not care about the ordinary man in the street. Tinubu does not know whether Nigerians exist. All what Tinubu knows is how to grab power, how to loot money, how to empower his friends and cronies. That's the only thing this man do. You see, somebody who is a terrorist, one of the most dangerous people on earth, you are saying you want to rehabilitate them back to the society. Ordinary Yahoo boys in the street, ordinary people that go to the media and challenge the government, DSS will go after them. Where are the DSS? Where are the police in Nigeria? Where are all the security apparatus, all the security we have in Nigeria? Where are they? They are not here to be found because the security is made to oppress the ordinary man in the streets, the innocent Nigerians, not the criminals. Because the Nigerian government, they are part of this terrorism. Because most of people in Tinubu's government, they are funding these people. They are funding them. This is to celebrate the death of Jesus Christ. Okay. And these people just went to their community, start shooting randomly. Unalive 40 people. They have not committed crime. Is it a crime to be in Nigeria? Please, somebody is talking in your presence, my brother.
Yeah.
Is it a crime to be in Nigeria? These are my questions. Is it a crime to be a Christian? So if it's a crime, Tinubu should tell us. A man who has made the entire nation. People think they're talking about Tinubu 2027 is not negotiable. The country is sinking every day. The man is failing day by day. He does not even know what he's doing anymore. The man is not physically fit because of the sacrifice around him. Because they doesn't care about Nigeria, they are pushing him. Go ahead. We are supporting you. We are supporting you. You must become our president. What has he got to offer to us? What is our benefit for these 3 years Tinubu has been our president? These are my questions. As a Nigerian, what have you benefited from Tinubu's government? A man who could not provide security for you. Your life is cheap as any other thing. Nigerian citizens' lives are cheap like pekere. You can wake up today, tomorrow you'll be slaughtered. The president does not care. Since this thing happened on Sunday, have Tinubu uttered any speech? I have gone around the whole media. I have never seen our president addressing the situation in Nigeria. A president of a country. 40 people was lost in a day in your country. Do you know how long to bring up 40 people? 40 innocent citizens on their own. These are people who the government does not care about. The government does not know whether they exist. Living in their poverty, these guys went and caused mayhem. And they come with machine. The government said they have a jet. Army said they have jet to combat them. These terrorists, they are using motorbike in the desert. Where are the jets we have acquired? So that Nigeria should know the politicians are the ones buying our people. Not the terrorists, because the politicians are the ones funding them. If they are not funding them, what is the essence? We are having a army defense staff. We are having different armed forces in Nigeria. They could not go after these people. They could not go after them. They are going in the desert with motorcycle, with a bike. You see them, they are visible. Still, yes, we are still talking about insecurity. Where are the jets that they use Nigerian money to buy? Where are the Air Force? America, what America is using in Iran today, they are using air power. No ground troop. As they are going on convoy, you can bomb them you clear all of them to zero. They will know Nigerian government is serious. As far as the chief of army staff, the chief of defense staff is saying, we can rehabilitate them into the society if they repent. It means Nigeria is not ready to fight the soldiers. Nigeria is not ready because the government of the day, they are making money for it. The only people that is going to suffer it is the citizens. That's why we are telling them, shine your eye, make your choice. If you are voting, know who you are voting for. Don't allow these people who does not mean where to deceive you. Because if you vote wrongly, you will suffer for that 4 years. What Nigerians are facing in the hands of Tinubu now, for these 3 years now, Nigeria is like a hellfire is even better than Nigeria. Hellfire, every day you hear sad news. My brother, what is your take on that matter? For a chief of defense staff, telling Boko Haram they can rehabilitate them to the society if they repent. Can you hear me, Mr. Chris? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Hello?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can barely hear. I don't know what actually went wrong. I'll be trying to get signal from.
Why are you using earpiece?
Hello?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can barely hear you.
If you can, okay, go out and come in. Go out because we are receiving call. When you are receiving call, when you are live, it will reduce the volume.
Could be network problem.
It's not network. Go out and come in because you were receiving call. Don't receive call when you are live. When you receive call, the volume will low. Go out and come back.
Just a minute.
Go out and come back, Chris. So as I was saying, my brother, I am really tired. I'm disturbed about what is happening in that country. Nigeria is not encouraging at all. Innocent soul. Those people's parents now, they are in big pains. Tinubu is busy sitting down in Natoro, traveling around the world without no achievement. And he's still saying he's coming back. Look at the convention they did now. You will be ashamed. Look at the speech the president was making. I don't know why people are praising him because he's sharing money for you people. Look at the president's speech on the podium. You will be ashamed of yourself.
Hello.
He's saying you want to tell Nigeria you will do more. What kind of more are you going to do when you have fed the entire nation? The man who promised electricity cannot give us electricity.
The problem just came. I can barely hear what they are saying. Of that, the port, the airport. I should increase on my phone. Okay, but okay, let me go and do it. I'll give you feedback. I'm already online.
It's really disturbing with what is going on in that country. Nigeria is not. Nigeria don't make people to be happy. Every day we don't hear good news. Every day bad news. Hello, can you hear me now? Can you hear me, Chris? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Where are you? Where do I increase it now?
Increased.
So as I was saying, my brothers and sisters, Nigerians are truly in pain. Even the guy that came from America that has built a lot of houses in Benue State, Nigeria, people are not threatening him in Nigeria. An American boy, Alex, they are not threatening him that they want to buy the boy. The Nigerian government should arrest him. On what ground?
I'm no longer hearing it.
Chris, log out and come in again. Chris, log out and come in again. Come back again. You go out and come in again. So as I was saying, let's go ahead and play the video before Brother Chris join us again. You cannot use it when you are online. Don't receive any call.
And about some references about to the prodigal son and so forth. So DHQ is saying that all these comments need to be taken in a holistic manner, and that the people being addressed were other military men. Well, meanwhile, Nigerians have converged in the comments section of an Instagram post by the president of El Salvador, Nayib Bukele, where he declares that those who have graduated from the University of Crime cannot be rehabilitated.
God bless you.
Darles una oportunidad. Además, ¿qué oportunidad le podemos dar? ¿Le podemos pagar un estipendio por no ser criminales como hacen otros países? Les pagan, básicamente es un incentivo para ser criminal. Porque ahora hacen dinero de la criminalidad y encima reciben dinero del gobierno. Entonces, presidente, la única forma de solucionar un problema que ya existe de inseguridad es con fuerza, con la fuerza del Estado. Que yo lo he dicho en otras ocasiones, todo Estado es más fuerte que sus grupos criminales presentes en su territorio. No hay Estado que no pueda contra los criminales. Si un Estado no vence a la criminalidad es porque el Estado es cómplice.
Correspondence on the ground there, and the situation is just so sad. And all of this in the context of how are we handling criminality? The debate continues about reintegration and reform and rehabilitation, but this is the situation on the ground. Look at this community. They're counting dead bodies this morning.
It was a sad, bloody Palm Sunday. See, when the Irish crisis happened and Londonderry happened, one of my favorite rock bands used to sing a song called Bloody Sunday, Sunday, Bloody Sunday. And there's a portion of that song, Sunday, Bloody Sunday, said, how long must we sing this song? How long must we sing this song of pain and disaster and harrowing situations like this? The total evisceration of humanity. People are killed, murdered in cold blood. And it segues back to the conversation about the DHQ. I mean, when we took umbrage at what the military head did say, it was a corrective measure. He goofed, pure and simple. He missed the ball, trying to press a message of reconciliation. See, you use that for military doctrine. You say you try to rehabilitate people because you want society to...
Hello? Hello,
I hear
Chris.
you now.
Yes,
it was
Chris.
a technical.
Do you use that phone to receive call?
Yes, but there was a technical issue here.
No, don't try it. Don't try it. Any phone you are online, even though somebody's calling, don't use it when you receive calls, you call everything.
No. I have a different phone that I use that is not connected.
Okay. So, my brother, what happened? We are talking about what happened in Plateau State. How people were slaughtered on Palm Sunday. Up till now, the president, the chief commander of Armed Forces of Federal Republic of Nigeria. Who is that man? Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Is it not? A disaster like that happened in your country. I've gone through all the media house in Nigeria. I've never seen where the president have uttered a word about what happened in Plateau State. He does not care. There was one video before you came now. A president of a country in South America was saying, a criminal is always a criminal. No rehabilitation for a criminal to come to the society. Once you have committed crime, there is a place you have belonged to. Nigeria is a country that they dialogue with Boko Haram. Since Tinubu assumed office, Nigeria was ranked as the 7th countries of terrorism, showing red in the world. Now today is number 4. Nigeria don't know what they are joking with. In terrorism, Nigeria is number 4 in the world. Number 4. And this man who has fed the entire nation, he still have the guts to talk is coming for the second time. What have you have to? It does not even, Tinubu does not even supposed to go to the public and say, Nigeria, vote for me. Nigeria is supposed to be sending message to you. Just sit down in your house. Don't come to our community. We don't need you. Look at the people that have slaughtered innocent Nigeria, poor Nigerians. They have never partaken from the national cake of that country. The oil they are sucking now, they have borrowed, use our oil way to borrow. Tinubu have borrowed 180-something trillion for 3 years. And you guys are still saying the man is working. Do you know how much is that? Do you know how many years it's going to take Nigeria to pay that debt that these mediocres have caused into the life of Nigerians? These daft leaders who have nothing upstairs. My brother, what is your take about the issue that happens in Plateau State? These people, they have money.
Now, even if I never had the privilege of just watching that video, I think the people, one, we need to understand that the government is no longer caring. The government is not interested in what happens to their citizens. What they are solely concerned about is how much can they make for themselves? How much can they leave for the government treasury? That's their sole aim. Now, the people need to be alert. They need to be very conscious of what they do. Now, in the situation of Plateau State, it has become a recurring decimal within that state. I think the people need to be more conscious. You see, President Tinubu is not interested in what is happening in any part of Nigeria. His sole aim is to become future president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And nobody, no organization is doing anything humanly possible to stop the president from that agenda he's having at the back of his mind. Now, the question we need to ask ourselves, where is the DSS? Where is the police? Where is the chief of Africa? Where is the chief of defense staff? Where are these security agents? What are they doing? Does it mean they're not in that state? Does it mean they're not in that state?
I'm live. Relax.
The government gets allocation at the end of every vote, at the end of every month. The moral question we need to ask, what is the essence of that security vote? What is it being used for? If life and property was the sole aim, protection of life and property is the sole aim of a government, why will a government deliberately ignore the killing of innocent people who ordinarily are not benefiting from the goodwill of the people, of the government? You see, Tinubu does not care what is happening in any part of this country. He's busy watching Al Jazeera, CNN, and other documentary that does not have affiliation with what is happening in Nigeria. I think Nigeria should wake up. The ruling party, the opposition party, they should realize the problem APC as a political party has plunged Nigeria society into. Buhari once said something. He said, if we don't kill corruption, corruption will kill Nigeria. You see, religion is a very big issue in Nigeria. There is nowhere on earth you cry to your God, God will not listen to you. But Nigeria, because of the low mentality they have, if they don't go to a particular place to gather on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, they will tell you that God does not listen to their prayer. Even right in your room. Or you will say self-preservation is the first law of nature. If they know that there is insecurity out there in the streets of Plateau State, what they would have done, they would have been very conscious of every step they take, every passing minute. But they have deliberately. Let me tell you one thing. I am not against any region. I am not against any part of this country. When you come to some certain part of the state, they are more enlightened, they are more informed. The reason why insecurity have refused to grow in the certain part of because of the level of enlightenment. But when you go to some other part of this country, because of their level of awareness, not being able to balance between when a society is working freely and when society is working on the other side. That is the problem they are having in some part of the country today. Yes, Edo State once has insecurity, problem of insecurity. Still in Edo State today, but the people are very conscious. I am telling you, once it is 3:30, 4 o'clock, people they are already running to their home, especially those who stay in the station. They are running away. The reason is that why they are going home, even you as the mother of the brother, they are calling them. They will pick your call because they will call you a kidnapper, they will call you an armed robber. But when you go to other parts of the country, they still live their traditional life. They still believe in their culture. Their culture has not been able to help them. Their traditional way has not been able to help them. They claim to be ignorant of what is happening in the country. They claim to be ignorant. The situation in Plateau State, let me tell you one thing. All the executive officers, state and not state at all, who have access to security personnel, access to their home, access to their business center, have the government ever deemed it? Let us withdraw some of these things down to some of these threatening community, threatening states. The government will say no, they will do it. Because there are people who are patronizing the government. There are people who are in the government, either they are politicians, they are businessmen. A bulk of the population of our security agents, they are in the heart of those prominent big men. So what happened in the marketplace, what happened in the post office, what happened in public places, it's none of their business. What they are only concerned, how much can they be able to protect themselves, not the entire country they represent. So Tinubu is so after the problem of Nigeria. His sole aim is how to come back come 2027. That is just his sole aim. I just tried Ozana Tinubu must stand come 2027. Just go check their profile. They have nothing good to offer this country as far as concerned. So what we are just hearing, where painful and pathetic, people have come to stay with it. The people are already living with it. Even while they were trying to expose what is happening in Plateau State to the international world, I think the government and some of the stakeholders they were saying, no, there was nothing like that. There is no Christian genocide. But I personally do not believe in that Christian genocide. What is happening in some parts of the country today is not respect to the Christians alone. Christians are not Christian, Muslims are not Muslims, even traditional worshippers. Nobody is here. Everybody is a victim. You understand? So I think the government needs to sit down and realize this is where opposition needs to play their key role. Yeah. The essence of the opposition is to checkmate the excesses of the ruling party, reminding them of the promises they made through their campaign. If ever there was a campaign in this country, if you use Edo State for a case study, there was never a time this president has ever campaigned in the street of Benin. If ever there was a campaign, it was a hell of bloggers on the street of Benin and across the senatorial district. But today is the governor. He's taking a learning process. How will the state not fall into temptation? How will the state not have problems with insecurity? And just to mention them, governors, they are so aiming to become a governor. You see, any of the aspirants, any of the contestants, what they are calculating, if I take this money security vote for 8 years, for 4 years, I don't need to vote for the remaining days of my life. So they don't care about the ordinary man in the street. What they are just hearing is just example. I sympathize with the family of those who lost their life and just because of them. I think we need to be more conscious that the government is not interested about our life. Come 2027, that's the thing we are talking about now. When the president go there and give them some a very huge amount of money, and not people pay their bills, they will think the banner of the president. Because the people, their sense of thinking has been taken away from them. So they don't know what is good, what is bad. So what they just believe, all the government that comes to power, that is their government. They don't care. They don't care. So I really sympathize with them. And it's unfortunate that the opposition party They are still not doing their best. Their best is still not good enough. This is the time for the opposition party to shine, to actually tell Nigeria that we can do it if given the mandate. Go around. Yes, we are not going to move around. Be for the media. If a politician can advertise himself for a period of 7 months with no stopping, at this time of the year, we should be able to do same thing. Telling Nigerians that if I'm giving the mandate, how I'm going to do it. But we are not hearing like that. What we are hearing, they dig into their private, ordinarily, that is not supposed to be shared in the media. That is what we are hearing. So I think it's an unfortunate situation. People like Rufai, I think they are trying to do their best. You heard about and a few of them, they are trying to do their best. But their best is not good enough, I must tell you. Nigerians are complaining. When you go to the street of Benin, it's as empty as a graveyard. Everybody needs to be on the run. Because we need to ask ourselves, where is our government? Where are the people we elected? Even if we never elected them, probably judiciary and INEC were the one who elected them. I think judiciary should inform them that there is insecurity. INEC should inform them that there is insecurity. Yes. The present administration we are seeing in Nigeria today is an in-way that is blowing over no good. Because they were not duly elected. They rig themselves into power. They don't know what happened to the ordinary man in the streets of Nigeria. You can say what is happening in the country today. No part of the country is scared. Whether in the north, in the south, in the west, part of the country is scared. But so if you saw what happened in their APC convention, they are so able to make money. So for every delegate that went to that convention, for the remaining days of this, probably he wouldn't work again. They will say it's dollars. They will all say dollars. They will all give a ticket, a flight that will take them to Abuja to take them from every part of this country. Now, when you ask yourself, if that money is brought to our economy, can't we have a sign of relief? People think what they do, they are so happy, they are so comfortable. Go to the street of Nigeria. I visited just for a case study. I am communicating with you now with a private generated electricity, not even the government. I am telling you, the other day I have to go get a place to say I can communicate with you effectively. Probably you already think I have a hidden agenda. There's also hidden agenda. I said for me to get an access to the world. You understand? So what we are seeing today is not a reflection of democracy. The essence of a good father in democracy is to be a responsible father as a voter. We don't have a good voter in Nigeria. Our voters, they are being carried away by the colorfulness of politicians. Politicians will call them, will wear agbada, they will wear a hair, whatever they feel like wearing, they will wear. They come, they lie with their agbada, they lie with their suit. If the essence of governance was to protect life and property, if that theory was actually proved by political scientists or whosoever, when it comes to Nigeria, I think it's already failing. Whosoever want to become a leader in Nigeria, know how to loot, how to defraud the people. Look at the justice of the study. When you go to the part of this, just the rest I just saw about 2 days back now. Some area is no longer penetrable. It's no longer passable because the roads are basically something good to try to be back. Now, local governments are not doing their function. Azar became popular in his days as a good chairman. You know, he was involved in doing some local, normal local functionality, business of aircrew, facilities and environmental sanitation. He was constantly on air. That was when he gained popularity. But today, when a local government community, even in your community, you don't have an access route. You don't have an access route because before the allocation comes, the leadership of the country, they already are when the allocation is coming today. They already are the secretary. They don't have to go and sell the money. Sometimes the money doesn't even go to the secretary. The money is the hands of the chairman. They come there. You now discover that an Apple local government chairman is an accountant, is a mathematician. He can do any economic when it comes to the allocation of the local government. So at the end of the day, the people, the ordinary managers, they pay for the failure of the government. They pay. Look at what's happening in those states. I just think it's like a woman without a husband. Everything we are seeing in those states today, a man has been paying good people. When you go to the streets of Benin, you see how idiots, they are the one managing the damaged economy of Edo State. That is why the people that are suffocated, they are not getting the relief under the present administration, either at the federal level, state level, and just to measure them. So what we are saying is just a mere jamboree. But I just believe that this government will not last forever. When General Muhammadu Buhari came with his tyrannic ideas, with his own parochial way of doing politics, we thought his administration would not come to an end. After 7 years there, about 8 years there, he left. One would have expected that the death of General Muhammadu Buhari would have sent a warning to the leadership of this country. That's the way he was buried. There was no gold, there was no armed forces buried with, there was no armored tanks buried with. He was just like every other common man. You understand? One would have expected that the leadership of this country would have learned a lesson from the death of General Muhammadu Buhari. I never wish him death, but I'm only trying to make reference to what happened on that very day. You understand? What you are saying in Nigeria today is a big shame. I went to the bank this afternoon. When I got to the bank, even within the bank premises, even within the banking hall, people were sweating. I was forced to call and say, what is going on? Poverty is reflecting your bank. I said, how? I said, when I stepped into this place, I saw people still sweating. Sweating because the government could not give them light. There is no electricity to power their AC. So what they just did was just put on their fan. In those days when we were growing up, when you go to the bank, there's a teller that is always giving to you to fill your consult and you can take in your money or withdraw your money. But you don't look after teller, you don't look after form. What they tell you, they just give you a piece of it and write the total amount of money you have, and they just transfer it to you. To tell you how bad the economy has been plugged into. So Nigeria is good for this country. Even as terrible as Iran, as terrible the situation is really affecting. Just mention them. The people, they still have a sense of relief in their country. The have 24 hours electricity. They sell every basic amenity that is attached to life and make life easy. Attached to them. But in the case of Nigeria, which is as good as there is no war in Nigeria, but in a very practical manner, Nigerians are going through hard times. There is war, cold war, Nigeria challenges within themselves. So I think Tinubu is the president. The president today is the president of Federal Republic. He called the security chief of this country. I think he should better resign as a result of what happened. The issue in the Plateau State and for part of the Middle Belt and the Northeast, I think any responsible man that becomes the president of this country should honorably resign. They cannot contain that problem within the shortest time. I hope for Nigeria as a country.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, Mr. Chris, there is a video I'm going to play. This guy is called Alex. He lives in America. Because what was happening in Benue State and Plateau State, this guy came to Nigeria. This guy is a voluntary worker. This guy has built a lot of houses in Benue State. Even there was some area that they finished everybody in that village. The guy went to build almost about 30 houses there. He even wanted to build a market for them. The governor, the criminal governor we are having in Benue State that called himself a Reverend Father, he refused. He said there is a project. But the guy said he has to monitor so that these people can be having a market. They can be having market so that if they want to go and sell their goods, they will take their goods to the market. He refused. Do you know what happened now? Because the boy is not telling Nigerian government, where are you where your people are being slaughtered? You are sitting there in Aso Rock. You are trying to defend Nigeria does not have a Christian genocide. The guy now went to a place when a human being was born alive. The bones of that child, the guy was only living. It's an American citizen. You see what Nigerian government are playing with. This boy is a big trap to Nigerian government if they don't know. Anything that happens to this guy matter can bring a problem to Tinubu's government. If you buy any American citizen in your country, it can be brought down because of one of their citizens. Now the Northerners are not threatening that DSS will go after him and arrest him. The guy is trying to create a problem in Nigeria while the guy is using his money. He has built a lot of houses, what the government could not do. Let's go ahead and watch the video of this guy. Mr. Alex.
Blood splatter on rocks. I've heard the cries. I've seen the burnt buildings all across Nigeria, not just one small place. And I've had conversations with the actual people, not the big men, the big leaders, the presidents, the people who have comfort and have everything they want, but the ones on the ground. And every single one of them says genocide. Every single one of them says people are being slaughtered in mass for their faith because they are Christians. It's not just some conflict between herders and farmers. It's not a clash. A clash means there's two people with weapons that are fighting each other. There's no clash. It's one group of people exterminating Christians. And so I invite these people to actually come to the village, come to the places that attacks are happening. Because below my feet here,
Look at one.
these are human bones. These are the remains of a child's leg that I'm standing in. And so this is the evidence. This is the evidence of what is going on in Nigeria. It's not what the leaders say. It's not what the president says. It's not what the governor says. It's not what news outlets say. But it's these very bones. These bones speak. I've been here on the ground. I've been to the places that people are massacred. I've been to the places where there's blood splattered on their walls. There's blood splattered on rocks. I've heard the cries. I've seen the burnt buildings all across Nigeria, not just one small place. And I've had conversations with the actual people, not the big men, the big leaders, the presidents, the people who have comfort and have everything they want, but the ones on the ground. And every single one of them says genocide. Every single one of them says people are being slaughtered in mass for their faith because they are Christians. It's not just some conflict between herders and farmers. It's not a clash. A clash means there's two people with weapons that are fighting each other. There's no clash. It's one group of people exterminating Christians. And so I invite these people to actually come to the village, come to the places that attacks are happening. Because below my feet here, these are human bones. These are the remains of a child's leg that I'm standing in. And so this is the evidence. This is the evidence of what is going on in Nigeria. It's not what the leaders say. It's not what the president says. It's not what the governor says. It's not what news outlets say. But it's these very bones. These bones speak. I've been here on the ground.
You see, Nigerian government supposed to be ashamed of themselves. This in America is in Nigeria, is doing a voluntary work. He said he has been to a lot of places. He said he has been to a lot of places in Nigeria where people have been slaughtered. What he was holding in his hand is human bones. A child that has been born alive. The remaining part of his bone. That is what America, Mr. Alex is holding in his hand. Tell me one place. This is has been happened that Tinubu has go to see the place that they slaughter the citizen. Because they don't like to go. The man is weak. He cannot travel. He cannot travel. It's just to take him to airport and carry him to the flight. Where they go, where they go. This somebody is not a Nigerian. He's an American. The guy has contributed a lot to the society in Nigeria. A lot and a lot. People that lost their house, he built a house for them. The guy has empowered a lot of people from Benue State. But now it's not being threatened. They are not saying DSS to go after him. The guy is fighting for us. He is in pain that Christians are being slaughtered daily by day. Because this one that is being slaughtered now, in the Christian area in Jos, there are Fulani people that came there to come and start shooting. Because anytime they hear about the Christian celebration, these people they were just in their community at about 7 o'clock in the evening. You went there and start shooting randomly. But even people that run to the shop, you went into the shop and slaughtered them. Are they animal? The guy is paid. It's the duty of the president to go to the area that those havoc has been committed. But Tinubu will never go. Because he has no leg to walk. He has no eye to see. All what he knows, he wants to get the vote of Nigeria. He wants to get the vote. What is that?
Is the president of Federal Republic of Nigeria and the commander-in-chief. I think Within that state, there's the brigade commander. Within that state, there's the commissioner of police, director of DSS, civil defense, and just to mention. You see, the president cannot just go there.
No, Chris, listen to me. A lot of crime have been happening in Nigeria. The one that happened in Borno State, listen to me, my brother. It is the duty of, we have a commissioner of police, we have the head of DSS, but the president of the president in that community, he carries a lot of weight. What are you talking about? The Western world we live, even something happened maybe a disaster happened, that like what happened in Oslo that time. I think it was 2009 when there was some explosive. The prime minister went there, my brother. He went there.
Yes, let me tell you one thing. When people talk about age of becoming the president in Nigeria, the elders, the leadership of this country don't want to do it. I'm not trying to give kudos to the former president of the Federal Republic because I say they good on Jonathan. There's always a flood disaster towards the end of the year in some parts of the country, things like that. When it happens, some communities are badly affected. I think Jonathan flew down with helicopter.
Yes.
Now, when you look at Tinubu, his age one, his head status, let me put it like that. Ordinarily, common sense would have suggested that a man like that was not supposed to be in the public domain.
And it's lying to the entire nation that is 74 years. When the senior daughter is 62 years. Are you not telling me Tinubu gave birth to his daughter when he was 12 years? You see, with that one alone, can disqualify him. He lied to the entire nation with his age.
Yes, the Western countries, let me also tell you one thing. I don't have anything against the young man that is trying to kind of bring light to that community. I'm not against him. But let me make something clear. The Western countries, they are the problem of Africans. They are the problem of Nigerians. Now, when Buhari became sick, even while he was no longer competent to lead the affairs of this country, Osinbajo was there. Osinbajo wasn't a perfect man, but I do appreciate that he was a very sound professor of law. He was never allowed to perform even the absence of his then late head of state, Muhammadu Buhari. The secrecy, the death of Buhari was kept away. The sickness, the problem Buhari had in his lifetime as a head of state, the British government concealed it without letting Nigerians to know. And that is what this press addiction is also copying from. Ordinarily, before you can become a public figure, a leader, political leader, so to speak, your details are already on the platform. People go there and see how you have lived your life, your health status, the number of children, everything has to do about you. But in the case of Nigeria, you see, when you go to some of our local people, probably the census, they want to take head count and the rest of them. There are places you go to, they don't count their children. But when they go to developed world, their children are being counted. But when they are within their locality, they will always say that they don't count their children. You see, a lot of things bring them back to Africa, Nigeria. The age of Tinubu and the weakness of it, it's kind of weakness, the weakness the man is into now as a result of his age. This country belongs to all of us all. You can imagine a man almost in his 80s is still wanting to be president of this country. When you have men of 70s, men in their 60s, who ordinarily can lead this country. Leadership of this country always think they don't want it because they don't want a serious-minded people to pilot the affairs of this country. How can you be a president in an emergency situation which Nigeria is facing today? You are always on Agbada flagging the street of Nigeria. Even when you are burning issues and it's affecting every born child of this country, the president is not interested. What they are solely concerned about how he becomes the two-time president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I think Nigeria has a role to play. What is the role? Let everybody go get their PVC. With their PVC, and tell these guys go out of this place. We no longer want to hear. And I listen to the former president of this country, President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. He actually practiced genuine democracy. my brother, easy to walk these guys away from Aso Rock, from each of the local government, each of the government houses across the state federation. But we can't do that because they always use the state apparatus to oppress the people. No one wants to die. No one wants to die. If I recall what happened in the Edo State election, you saw even when the past second, a governor went to INEC. A former governor was already lettering that probably he wanted to go and ring the election. How can you ring an election as an opposition? You have camera everywhere. You went with DSS security and all manner of people. You have INEC, everybody. You can't even take it law. Then you already see that he wanted to. So already the election was already ringed. Edo State was not at war. So countless about armor tanks on the street of Edo State. Chains of armor tanks. Let me repeat. I think almost the third time or second time I'm saying it now. I was in Nigeria Bar Association, the office somewhere around Saple Road, in Farmers area. I was one of the other strangers. I saw the convoy of vehicles. They are valued. The question I asked myself that day, when I was there with a lawyer, so we were discussing some issues, and I asked, are we at war? If you deploy this troop to somewhere around Borno, if you deploy this troop to somewhere around Plateau, the insecurity will subside for a period of time.
No, you cannot deploy it there now. Because he has probably, I'm going to give you a dough. He was behaving like a dictatorship. People were clapping hands for him. Where are the police that is deployed to Edo for 2024 election? Where are they?
My brother, if I tell you the way they market Ramat Park, my brother, no going in, no going out. You can't come to Ramat Park. And that is the entrance to Benin City. The only people that we are those somewhere around the Kobahi, we are not affected. But if you are coming to Ugbawa, you are coming to Ring Road, there was no way you can pass. You saw Nigeria Army, they became a threat to road commuters, to road users. People became threatening. Armor tank everywhere, police everywhere, mobile police everywhere. The question people will ask, are we at war? Just normal civil transition or normal way of a kind of choosing a representative has become something else. That is to tell you that the government already has something hidden at the back of their mind. Yes, they succeeded in bringing the man. It's like I help you to write an exam for probably as a student, I had to write an exam to CME and the rest of them. I can't be the same man that will be helping you to write all the exams you're going to write for the next 4, 5, 6 years in that university.
Right.
Yes, I've succeeded in compounding the problem. You see the man they brought now. For every statement he makes or every 5 minutes he speaks, there's always a mistake attached to every statement, at least within 3 minutes or 2 minutes. That is the man they want or they wanted for a people, or they have decided to keep their people. Binema will say, there is no electricity in Benin now. There is no light. Everybody's in. Yes, everybody's in darkness.
There is no light in Nigeria, but this same man, Tinubu, is saying he's going to improve on electricity. What he cannot do for 3 years, not in February is when he's going to do it. You see how these people are deceiving Nigerians. I always say, Chris, Nigeria, we are too docile. We are too docile. We are too docile. A man that promised us electricity before he came into power. Now he's 3 years in government now. The other day when they were in convention, he was saying we are going to improve on our electricity. He was sniffing. See, because of only one word he uttered, because the man is weak. He does not know what he's doing again. They are forcing him to stay there so that they can loot more money. Because the man is interested in looting money also.
Let me tell you one thing. If Nigerians are asked to choose another leader today, Obasanjo was a former head of state, a former governor, a former president of this country. Nigeria will still vote for Obasanjo. Obasanjo is more competent with the state. He's more competent than Tinubu. Have you seen former president Olusegun Obasanjo probably giving a kind of a brief address and the rest of them?
Boldly, but Tinubu cannot make any
speech. He's still very energetic. He doesn't need the security to guide him. He cannot stand for 3 minutes. He cannot speak for 30 minutes. because the man is already weak. Even while he's not even willing to become president for the second time, some of his psychopaths, some of his aides are telling him, Baba, you are the only person who, if you don't rule again, this country will collapse. This country will collapse. And that's the decision we are taking in Nigeria today. A man who promised to give 24 hours electricity. You know why he's not aware of the problem Nigeria are going through when it comes to electricity? 24 hours in Aso Rock, there is electricity, there is light. Now the water they use is flushing their toilet and the rest of them. They are treated water. People 21st century, people still drink normal rainwater. People still drink rainwater, they still drink it. So what do you expect of man? Yes. When the rain falls, and people still bring out their babies, still bring out their cans, and they don't know what to say. What are you using? They say we not get drinking water. We want drinker. That's to say the level to which the government of this country has pushed the people into. But I think it's hard time the people realize the mistake they made in the past and time for them to correct it. If we can't correct it now, there is no other better time we can correct it. If you allow a man to rule your life for a period of 4 years, there are things I did 4 years ago. Some of those I can no longer do it today. Because age is falling on every man. Whether you be a
Yes. The network. Before it comes back, my brother, age is not with the president anymore. Despite we know what happened about his age. A president that told us he's 74 years. Iyoloja is 62 years now by his age. Are you not telling me that the president's daughter, president was 12 years when he gave back to his daughter? How is it possible? How? How? So there's something Tinubu should tell us this real age. We know Africa, nothing is impossible. The man is weak. Tinubu is more than 80 years. He's senior as my father. My father is 80 now. He's senior as my father. Why must you be lying with your age? You can't cheat nature. He can't stand for 10 minutes to make a speech. He can't stand. Even when he was campaigning, when he went to Chatham House in UK, his head of power, those people that were answering questions for him, he could not confront them. Because he has nothing. Because he came that he said, Miloko, I must become a president. They have given it to you now for 4 years now. What have we achieved? The first president that elected ambassadors and countries are now rejecting your ambassador. You should know your government is not good. The Western world is looking at you. Look at Femi Kayode, who talks anyhow. The German government rejected him. They say they don't want him in our country. He talks anyhow. That is a slap on the government. Yeah, I know it's your network.
It's not just only my network here. Bank, our local bank here, that you can't transfer money. You can't do business with the bank with your app now. I'm telling you.
Okay. Yeah,
it's so bad. Yes. Somebody
wanted to help me to transfer money today again. There has been a problem since morning. He could not.
You see, when you ask me to thank God, your very close person, they also into our local transaction here. When you ask to do XYZ, it was as if probably I don't want to do it. But thank God, the man who uses that account also have issue. I was in the bank this morning. I said, look, why are you guys not doing what you're supposed to do right? You see, they are doing maintenance. How long will it take you to do maintenance? Just a single bank. I even those are broken that is pushing with barrel on the street. They can even help you fix this network. But you guys want cheap laborers. Before you will use you. They'll be paying on. You can see the way the whole thing is coiled down. It's no network. You can't make call effectively. You can't do transfer on your business or your app with effective or with ease. You can't do it. The whole thing looks somehow. And the problem we have, the people they are complaining internally, nobody will come out and say what this man or what the government is doing is bad.
Yeah, Mr. Chris, I know your network is breaking now. We should round it up now. Now, before we wrap it up today, Femi Kayode, the man that was bragging, former aviation minister, German government have rejected him. Tinubu is the first president that have elected ambassadors. I heard that the one that is going to India, Indian government said no. Even Reno Mokri, I heard that he has a problem also with Mexico. You see, the government should know that the world is looking at him. that even the people that he's bringing to their country, they are corrupt people. Drag as if the German government said, we don't want him as an ambassador in our country. Is that not a slap on our face as a country? Is that not a slap on our face as a country? Ambassador, a country is sending to another country for a diplomatic relationship. The countries are now rejecting your ambassadors. So you should know you are fair woefully. You should know.
Yes, I think I had it before that the German government rejected Femi Fani-Kayode. You see, Tinubu is a tribal man. He's a tribal man. One would have expected that Femi Fani-Kayode, you know, when you are privileged to be in the public, you must be extremely guided with your utterances. Femi Fani-Kayode happened to be former aviation minister, personal assistant, blah, 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 the rest of them. Now, he was a man that was never conscious in making statements. He talked sarcastically, he speaks sarcastically. Even while he was nominated, petition already went to this country that they are sending him to. You saw how he bullied a journalist somewhere around the River State area.
Yeah.
That is it. His personal case has to do with his marriage and a whole lot of issues. He wrote a lot of nonsense about his present administration. It was not surprising when Tinubu later accommodated him because he believed that the Yoruba is all. One would have said that Tinubu will send Femi Fani-Kayode to places like Guinea, places like Libya, places like Ghana, where they can manage their corruption. Now, if India is also rejecting another nominee from Nigeria, they don't need the pastor to clear them that their iniquity is becoming too much.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. It's a sign of failure of our democracy, our local democracy here in Nigeria. I have never heard in the history of this country. Probably it has happened, I was not born there. Probably I have not read it personally that a nominee
ambassador will be rejected. That went to screening from the National Assembly.
Even as terrible as the government of Abacha, the government of the then IBB, as terrible as this government, whenever they nominate ambassador to any country, they gladly welcome them. I am not surprised that we are practicing democracy. An ambassadorial nominee was being rejected by a country. I think Tinubu and his gang, they should sleep and wake up well. Nigeria also knows that the international world, international community, their eyes are on Nigeria. I keep telling people, the essence of an embassy in your country was not just to issue visa. They are for a kind of doing some information gathering. They gather information concerning your country. They do a lot of research work in respect of your country, and they send it back to their country. Femi Fani-Kayode have written a lot. He was always on media. A time came, Buhari banished all media outlets that nobody should grant it a press conference. I have to tell you how terrible he was. He's a bully. He's not a man that ought to be seen in the public office. Yes, he was privileged in the start to serve as a judicial minister. I think the era is gone past. You understand? He's not the most educated person in Nigeria. He's not the most connected person in Nigeria. One would have said that how to serve as a one-time minister and other positions as head in the office, the public, he would quietly go to his home and relax. They are never satisfied. Look at Omokiri. Omokiri has written a lot of nonsense about this country, about the leadership of this country. One would have said that Tinubu would. I don't know what happened between Tinubu. He gave Tinubu all manner of names. Politicians are the most shameless human being on earth. Politicians, yes, they don't have value for them. Yes. So they wanted to India and Pakistan, the rest of them. I think they should return them.
Yes.
Yes. They have been made a personal no grata. They should return them back home. Yes, the country should call them back home. That's to tell you that there is something wrong with this country. The traditional ruler who are aiding politicians to be aware, religious leaders who are aiding politicians should open up their eyes and see the humiliation their country is going through. How can you tell people like Fani-Kayode to place like Jenny? It's not a civilized world. It's a civilized country. And they have forgotten that America and their allies, they don't forgive.
At all.
They don't forgive. They don't. India is already joining the allies. India is already rejecting them. If India can take a Nigeria ambassadorial nominee, I always break man what India will not be to knock baby. Also, no vote on them how you want to knock baby. I always break man what. APC-led government, Tinubu-led government, I always break man what. Owo ga ba di no mo jagbe. E ma ma ke ma ma dan wa ma da Nigeria. O e Nigeria wa have to knock baby. Ohun wa wa ha ha re wo na. Never see a country as a terrible as we are having today. There's inflation, there's insecurity, there's a lot of problems. You have life, you have bad roads, all kind of evil. That
no water, nothing. Nothing is working.
Government does not think, the president does not think, the member of the House of Rep does not think. I look at those in the Edo State House of Assembly who cannot even correct the excesses of the executive. Almost about 99% of them, I think they are going back to the House of Assembly. I just look at them. It's not that the government have deliberately plugged the economy into nonsense. A man who is on the walkway in New Benin Market or Lagos or New Benin, they make better money than these politicians. It's
Yes.
only when you are not close to. How much are you earning, member of the House of Assembly, because God may give you a car? That's nonsense. The man that is walking, that is sitting on the walkway, somewhere around Total, somewhere around the Mobi Oil, inside Ring and the rest of them, they make a better money a politician can never make in their lifetime. Yes, they make that money. But this guy, they know that this man is not performing because of the corruption the whole of them are involved in. Look at them for the Kaya Aveda. In his lifetime, he can never go to any public office. He can never go to any public office. I don't want to mention a very prominent lawyer. And unfortunately, he took side with the former governor of this state. The second issue, the second legal issue.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, my brothers and sisters. Before Brother Chris will come, so that we'll wrap it up. So we'll call it a day. We have been a long time, almost 2 hours. We have been here since. So, my brothers and sisters, Nigerians, open your eye. Shine your eye. Election is coming. These guys, don't allow them to deceive you. Go and vote your conscience. Whatever they give to you, don't take it as a yardstick. You must vote for them. Take it and vote your conscience. Shine your eye. Look for good candidates. There are better candidates. Like if they give Peter Obi that ticket, don't ask questions. It's not negotiable. Go and queue behind him. Vote him. Your PVC is your power. When you vote massively, they will run away. These people have no choice. Go and vote. Go out there with your PVC. Go and get your PVC and vote APC out. APC-led government, they have disappointed Nigeria. They are failed with nothing to offer. Buhari destroyed Nigeria for 8 years. Tinubu have destroyed Nigeria for almost 4 years now. That's almost 12 years. The country has been, it's a country of calamity. Every problem. I had that in China. A DPO was kidnapped with his second to the last born. Now they use 50 million, they release only second to the last born. They say these are small, young fool. I saw it when they were interviewing them in Pastor Suleiman Church in Auchi. Oshobile is jumping up and down like frog. Look at his community. A DPO of a police station has been kidnapped now. The kidnapper said they will not release him. They already released his daughter with 15 million. They are not demanding chicken. They say they buy a lot of things. They demand cigarettes. When they say they buy all of them, they can't give them. Before they can't talk about the main money where they want to collect for the DPO hand. I think it don't need their body now. You see, now this one with the policeman and they go carry for his house. A DPO of a police station. When I'm for Harry, they die for catch him, I don't know. They're going to be for a house carry with the daughter. But they don't release the daughter now. I say on Sunday now when they give testimony for Suleiman Church, they still need more money because the father is still with them. He's still with them. So anybody that supports this incompetent government, you should pray that insecurity should not knock door in your house. If you knock door, because believe it or not, they make party to say, I'm not going to. Don't think today you are in the government, nothing will touch you. No. Don't think today You are because you are supporting one government, you are untouchable. My brother, the day luck will run against you, and then you will not say kaki no be leather. Why you think this way? Huh? So now you will not say kaki no be leather. A DP of a police now in Auchi area is with kidnappers. So see where we have found ourselves. So nobody is safe in the country. Even the police that we are saying to come and protect us, police cannot even protect themselves. Because of what? Maybe that this police, like, can I set the man up? Maybe they say some money enter in hand. Because all of them are corrupt people. All of them are corrupt people. So we were the class say, make government protect everybody. We know the reason why we talk. Not say we insult the government because they have failed us in every area. No, everybody just on his own. If you go to Nigeria, everybody just mind his business. Everybody just mind his business. It just be like country where we say government no day. Any office you go, people need money. Even ordinary NIN. Then you must see settle. Every office is to brag in Nigeria. The society is so corrupt. People know they hide them again. People does not hide it anymore because they want money. Because they need money by any means, any which way. NIN, when federal government talks, they are free to collect it. You pay money now. If you don't pay money, you don't go come out. Some people in Nigeria, I see some of my in-laws, they say they don't do their, never see come out up to tomorrow. They don't know the problem where it is. I thank God say I do my get time. But I spend money. The money I take get time. Money, they'll give you WhatsApp number. You will go to chat. If you don't come out, before the operator can't give you, they'll bring account number. Come. These guys are now we may I tell you so we may a whole bunch of criminals. Everybody want to make money. The government is corrupt. The people in the country is corrupt. So all this we are just preaching. We know Nigerians will not listen to you because of everybody want to make money. Money where we say you don't go change your destiny, you don't go change your life. They give you 10,000 today. You go vote wrongly. You go suffer for 4 years. Look at people today. I see the drivers were protesting today in Edo. Say the fuel is too expensive. Then they talk say they want to carry up at 700 naira. How much do people receive as a salary? Somebody where they go up Okasa, how you go to the 700 go, 700 come back, 1,400. How much do they get for a month? Now they will come feed the family. So my brothers and sisters, I don't still talk now today. The one way good, make una use and do something. The one way not good, make una carry me and throw away. So see you guys for the next broadcast. God bless every one of you. Bye for now.